People that are going to make it in the future, the people that are making it today, let me share something with you. History is being read, but it's also being written by people with imagination.
Develop a and he didn't even think about dreaming because of life was so brutal to him to keep him down. And so there are so many people around the world. I'm looking at things on television about slavery and people being kidnapped and sex slaves and all these types of things. Dehumanization is more prevalent now than ever before. Or yes, we're just exposed to the information on it.
Right.
And so we have a lot of work to do. And in the work that we're doing, my goal is, I believe that we should speak to bring life and to give hope, because when there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. And that we're very fortunate to be here and to be able to still make a difference, to build a legacy. We feel that evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. And so we see speaking from a perspective that is cause He said, but you got this. He said, I never tell my patients they're terminally ill. What I say is that my skills, my abilities have terminated. I determine the diagnosis, you and God determine the prognosis. And a verdict, as we look at ourselves, the verdicts of what take place in our lives are not determined by the facts. It's determined by us, our faith, our heart, and our willingness to do what's required in order for us to be here. Being here is not a gift.
Oh, so good. I heard you said something along the lines of our immune system drops. What was that percentage?
When someone looks at you and say that you have a terminal illness, your capacity of your immune system to protect you drops by 40%.
Wow.
In the UK, they don't even allow doctors to say that
because people so often, the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill,
yes.
And he talks about drifters, right?
Yes.
Because so many people are drifting inside of their lives and they're never really certain about most things. They allow the people, the places, the things, the opinions, the judgments, the diagnosis to tell them who and how they're going to be, and then they choose to believe it. But wow, you just, how powerful it is to just know you can say whatever you want, but this is what I'm believing. And sometimes we win that battle and sometimes we don't.
And we have to work consciously. Reading, having a ritual like you have,
yes.
I have.
Yes.
Reading something positive every day,
yes.
30 or 40 pages. Listening to messages that are designed to empower us. Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, if you can determine what a man should think,
yes.
you never have to concern yourself with what he will do.
Oh.
He said, if you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status.
I'm ready to cry right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, sheesh, that just hit my soul. And we subscribe. Like, whose story are you subscribing to?
Come on now.
And then when you teach people, okay, you don't have to choose this story.
That's right.
If I want to learn about Les Brown, I'm not going to go learn about how to knit kitten hats. It's just not what you do. You have to be in alignment with what it is that you want. I have to ask you, Do you feel like you are mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, physically, energetically as strong as you are now because of your upbringing? I know that they say there's nothing like having a praying woman in your life.
Come on now.
And I know that Miss Mamie Brown, I know.
I always say all that I am and all that I hope to be, I owe to my mother,
Yes.
Mrs. Mamie Brown.
You sound smooth for sure. Wow. What do you think was the biggest lesson? I have one moment that happened in my life with my mom. She wasn't even teaching. It was just experiencing my mom being the most resilient that I had ever seen her. My dad ruptured a disc in his back when I was about 10 years old. My mom was trying to make sure that we weren't homeless. She was going to school full-time to get her master's in engineering, had a full-time job, all of us kids, my dad's injury, and her own life. So there's a lot of weight on her shoulders. And I think of a story of one time I accidentally saw her in the middle of the night crying over her homework by herself in the kitchen at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And in that moment, I slunk back to my bedroom because I couldn't imagine my mom seeing me see her being weak. But what I didn't know was that was actually one of the strongest points I had ever seen my mom at, because here she is in the middle of the night, literally sobbing over her homework. And then in a few hours, she'd have to have all of us up to go to school. And she always would smile. My mom has poise. She comes with joy. I'm sorry if I cry. But she used to sing this song where she'd try to wake us up in the morning and she'd say, get out of that bed and wash your face and hands. Get into the kitchen and shake them pots and pans. Or she'd have gospel playing or something going on. And she always had incredible energy, she's just such a gem. And I've heard a lot of gems about your mom, and Mrs. Mamie Brown. I heard through your story, but do you have a story like that where it was literally this is the moment that I understand resilience, not because of what I read in a book or heard in a story, but because I experienced it with this person?
Oh, absolutely. It was a deciding point in my life. I was downtown with my mother, and I think I was probably around 4 or 5.
Oh, wow. I love it. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have to ask, we're going to shift gears a little bit. I love talking about family and speaking. You spent some time in politics.
Yes.
How was that? Why was that?
That was fascinating. When I was a state legislator, I used to have voter registration drives and get people out to vote. At one time, we turned out 95% of the vote in every black precinct in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
So when I was fired for editorializing about police brutality, which was unprecedented during that time, and the 2 white police officers who were fired, they fired me for that. And then a friend named Horace Perkins, he came to my house. He said, hey, I want you to sign this. And I believe God put angels in your life. He brought these petitions. He went around and got signatures for me to run for the Ohio legislature. So that X out of it.
What's your legacy that you want to leave behind? I know you're working on some stuff right now.
I aspire to inspire until I expire.
Try, man.
Yeah, I aspire to inspire until I expire. That's what I want to do.
That's it. And inspire who and how and
The
why.
planet. We're in a place right now. We were chosen, you and I, out of 400 million sperm. We were selected. There's something in you, there's something in me, there's something in Sam, something in David. We were selected for this time. Who will go for us? I got some bad dudes. Sam, David, Daniel. Wasn't he in the lion den? Yeah, but he kicked the lions behind. Oh, okay. Les, yeah, Kimber, Lauren, yeah, Jerry. And we're gonna send them down there. Hunger in you to provide for your family,
Yeah.
you'll snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. She doesn't have a reason.
Make it in the future, the people that are making it today, let me share something with you. History is being read, but it's also being written by people with imagination.